I'm not entirely sure that I'm the most knowledgeable person in this area. I'm sure that in this audience there are several people who know a lot more about it, or at least about what is going on in Enfield. But I'll try to do a little summary because at the beginning of 2020, I wrote a little report about biodiversity and how, a few suggestions of what would be great to do in Enfield. So obviously, much has been said lately about how the biodiversity of plants and animals is in crisis, and it's threatened by our own actions of humans through polluting toxic chemicals introduced through industry, agriculture, and other human activities, but also not just things to do with climate change, but there are also other drivers of biodiversity loss, which are actually even more important than the effects of climate change. And they are the direct exploitation of natural resources and land-sea use change, so changes in the land and sea use, pollution, and invasive alien species. So obviously climate change has an accelerating effect on biodiversity loss, but there are other important ones. And I would like to take the use of the change in the use of land as something that we have to pay particular attention here in Enfield. Also, some other things that we need to reflect and be aware of is that economic growth has been found to be a key driver of nature loss, and that the value of nature has been seen in a very narrow way through, economic gain and money making, basically. So seen as an asset to increase profit. And therefore, a lot of things have been neglected, and we have to now bring them more and more to our awareness, because nature is not just a source of food, but also mental health, climate regulation, cultural identity, and several other aspects which are connected with nature. Our well-being is very much connected with the well-being of our natural environment. So these diverse values of nature also need to be embedded in all our approaches to economic activity and economic or social activity. And I think that that's something that would be important to be aware of in what we are doing in Enfield. So when I wrote this document, I put a question mark. Does Enfield have a plan about how to deal with biodiversity, having a biodiversity action plan? And there is actually an action plan, which was drawn, a first action plan in 2011. And then this action plan was very good, very interesting, a lot of very good information in it. And then it was very important. It's been reviewed in 2021. So this is, I'm going to just, I'm going to add it to, put it here in the chat. a link to it. I don't know if anyone is aware of this review, but yes. So it was part of the new local plan. And yes, it's again full of very good information. But what is lacking in this plan is something concrete that should guide us about how we can contribute as citizens, as residents of Enfield, to protecting and enhancing biodiversity. So that's, I think, is very much needed and very much lacking in this plan, because there are many objectives which are set out, about 40 plus objectives, 48 or something like that. And, but they are so general that, you know, it could have been written for any other council on the face of this earth. And it would be just as good as for any other part of the world or any other part of London. So I wish we could actually invite the authors of this this review to come and talk to us and explain it to us. There are some amazing, very, very, very interesting maps which give a lot of information, but again, we don't have enough information of what needs to be done concretely and practically. So that's what I wanted to say.